Well, yes, this is a serious sports channel, but sometimes, just sometimes, I simply must discuss the absurd, and frequently that seems to, in some way, shape, or form, entail the self-proclaimed king who has been gallivanting around the league from one super team to the next for the better part of 2 decades, showing up at parties he threw himself with live goats, combing his non-existent hair, reading books he can never seem to make it past page 1 of, and cringily instructing his own son to call him GOAT.
No, he got to call me like 2-3 or Brian.
Okay.
Or, GOAT if he wants to. That's up to him. I mean, it's up to him.
Perhaps, though, the most famous heel turn of his career came when he stabbed his own hometown franchise, the one that drafted him into the NBA, in the back on live television and announced that he would be taking his talents to South Beach.
It's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Of course, he made it only 4 years there before returning to Cleveland, and you literally will not believe the reason his tenure in Miami ended so abruptly. This according to none other than Dwyane Wade himself.
I said this before, man. This is the moment this was the first moment where I had an inkling that LeBron may not be back.
But first, guys, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss videos I drop at random ass times of the day or night. And as always, I greatly appreciate all of you, just like LeBron greatly appreciates his cookies.
What?
Yes, his cookies. That isn't code for anything. We're talking about chocolate chip cookies.
No. This is serious. Like, he loves chocolate chip cookies.
And well, according to D. Wade, it was Bron's love of cookies that drove him out of South Beach.
One thing you don't do is with LeBron cookies.
Now, I know what you're all thinking. Wasn't it the fact LeBron and the Heat got that ass stomped out in the biggest beating in NBA Finals history? Well, that sure was the premise most of us have been operating with for the last decade now. I mean, sure, the Heat did manage to get one game off of the Spurs in the 2014 NBA Finals, but the margin of differential for the 5-game series of 70 points is the most in NBA Finals history, even despite the Heat winning a game. That is a per-game differential of -14 for Miami. And yeah, to many, the writing was on the wall that it was time for LeBron to crawl his ass out of another town in the middle of the night to amass some younger, fresher super team to steal some more cheap rings with. And so he did, bouncing to Cleveland, where he paired with ascending all-star guard and former #1 overall pick Kyrie Irving, while then trading the #1 pick from that year's draft to bring in Kevin Love. And thus, just like that, he was gone.
He's gone.
And only a mere 6 rings shy of his initial goal.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
But Wade, who was an intricate part of that team and decision, has been spilling the tea, or perhaps we should say the milk, on a number of things as of late. Firstly, that the pairing of the three in Miami came together because of Kobe Bryant's dominance at the time.
And Cole run down, he grabbed it, he got his one hand in the air, he's smiling in the camera. I turned that TV off right there. I was pissed. Because now Kobe has 5 championships. I got one. Brian ain't got none. He is leaving us in the pack, and we competitive. Right. So I'm sitting there like, no, this summer got to be different.
And that Wade was already thinking he needed to pair with another star or head out of town to get a more competitive roster around him.
I didn't think, in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go play with one more superstar. Or I'm gonna go to Chicago and fit in with Derrick Rose and Luau and Noah and them. That was my mindset. I'm like, either we gotta get a superstar here, or I'm gonna go play with Chicago Bulls, because I need to compete for championships. I want to win some.
But that when LeBron called him, everything changed.
The conversation happened, it changed everything when I got the call from Brian.
But mostly that their pathetic move of desperation to break the competitive balance of the sport all came about because Kobe was just too good.
Because now Kobe has 5 championships. I got one. Bron ain't got none. He is leaving us in the pack.
Of course, Wade also broke the news recently of a failed Chris Paul recruitment in the summer of 2011 after LeBron and co. took a massive dump in their pants against the Mavericks.
It's a complete crap.
That they were planning to bring in CP3 to pair with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
And we was talking about me coming to Miami. We was talking about me coming to Miami. We was talking about who gonna have the ball in their hands, how it's gonna work.
We having a conversation.
Yep, we having a conversation.
But this most recent juicy little tidbit, courtesy of Wade's appearance on the Underground Lounge, really takes the cake. Or should I say, the cookie. Because according to Wade, Pat Riley took a bag of LeBron's cookies on a plane once, and it was that which signified the end of his time in Miami.
One thing you don't do is with LeBron cookies.
You seriously cannot make this shit up.
And this one day, he was like, hey, where my cookies at? And they had to come up there and whisper in his ear and tell him there were no more cookies on the plane.
The insane part of this whole thing is Wade wasn't joking.
I said this before, man. This is the moment this was the first moment where I had an inkling that LeBron may not be back. He was a grown man. You don't take the cookies away from us. And this seems small.
Now, sure, there was trouble in paradise early on between Riley and James, most notably when LeBron wanted Riley to fire Eric Spoelstra. This, according to Riley himself, who said as much on record in the Ian Thompson book, The Soul of Basketball. Of course, Riley refused, and Spoelstra went on to become a surefire Hall of Fame coach. And after the aforementioned evisceration at the hands of the Spurs in 2014, Riley didn't mince words.
You want to trend something? I'm pissed, okay? So go ahead, get it out there.
He dared LeBron to come back and make it right.
This stuff is hard. And you got to stay together if you got the guts. And you don't find the first door and run out of it.
Now, we all know LeBron didn't have any guts, and he never has. Not at any point of his entire overrated career. When the going gets tough, LeBron tucks tail, drops to his hands and knees, and salsa dances his way out of town to his next superstar pairing. But apparently, according to D. Wade at least, not only did LeBron not have any guts, he didn't have any cookies in South Beach either. And it might actually have been that which was the main impetus for him to flee to LA.
This is serious. Like, he loves chocolate chip cookies.
And I am certain Jeannie has given him all the cookies he wants there. And to learn more about the unbelievable reason the Chris Paul deal to Miami never materialized, check out this video right here and click that subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and stay up to date with more from me. Until next time.